Well, it's a little bit of a Friday fun video, and actually on a Friday, which is kind of rare. Today, I want to have I'm making a video, sort of a send-off to a watch that I got in, and I talked about a little bit, the silver dialed 6139 6002 Resist. I had time over 4th of July and through the evenings this week, and I tend to work on watches when I'm when I want to relax and stuff like that, which seems crazy because I work on watches all day long, but I really enjoy working on watches. So I finished this watch over the course of a week since the last video, and I put it up on Instagram, and it sold in very, very quickly. And some people were sort of not surprised, but some people were like, well, hey, let me think about it. Maybe I'll message me, maybe I'll buy the thing. And I had to tell them, oh, it was sold. It sold in a few minutes, basically, because these are rare. And some people were like, wow, really? They don't show up very often? These watches, these silver dialed 6139 6002s, they're so weirdly rare for a long time, people didn't believe they existed. A lot of the old timers, I say old timers a lot, back in the day, way back in the day, there was sort of a Seiko collectors group that was on WatchUseek, and they felt that the moderation on WatchUseek was too heavy-handed, and so they went off and they started their own Seiko site. And those guys, these are guys who've been collectors, the 80s and the 90s. I mean, back when Seikos were extraordinarily affordable and plentiful, and weren't really, worth a whole lot. And they were the first people who did the first bits of research. Now, because of the way that Seiko does their information stuff, which is not to tell anyone anything we know is only from observation. Anyway, so these guys, these old school guys, they had it in their head that this model, this variant, didn't exist, that it wasn't real. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, these silver dialed variants are extremely rare. You very, 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 very rarely see them. And two, there's really there's no documentary evidence for them that I'm aware of beyond a couple, my Universal Suppliers booklet, which shows a two-tone Pogue, but I think it's a gold. But also there was a little newspaper, like a magazine ad, that also showed one, but from the 70s. I haven't seen it for a long time. But anyway, these old timers used to say, oh, no, they don't exist, they don't exist, they don't exist. But as time went by and the internet kicked into gear, hardcore, more and more things were found in the wider world, and they started showing up, and so it's now accepted that they were a real model. And like all the other 6139s of this type, they came in proof marked, they came in no text markings, and they came in resist markings. And this is a resist, and I remember this sort of change over, and people were like, okay, well, look, this is it. We found, here's a no text one, here's a no text one. Okay, well, now we found a resist one. This was back in the day. This is no surprise. And then the holy grail was to find a proof one, and then somebody did find a proof one. I think I only know of a couple, but I'm sure there's lots more out there that I don't know of. But these are they're very, very rarely seen, and they're never seen in this condition. So I wanted to talk about this watch a little bit because it's fun. It's nice to see what good looks like, and you can, have sort of a reference point for what these are supposed to be. People have been calling this the silver Pogue, and it's a reasonable thing because they are similar eras. This is a true Pogue. Similar eras, and they have the same kind of text. The only real difference is the silver versus the gold, and the silver, of course, has the black indicator ring. And like all these Australasian models, like this one has the original Stellux President style bracelet with the flat Stellux clasp. Pretty cool. I love the way they look. I think they're beautiful. I don't tend to wear them. For some reason, there's something about them on my wrist that doesn't really work, and I tend not to keep them because I'm not a hoarder. I'm not going to just hold on to a watch forever just because it's beautiful and amazing. But what are you going to do? But it's going to go to a new home, and it's going to get love, which is important. This is a nice watch. That's a nice watch. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to pause. and we'll go over here and you'll get to look at this stuff more closely, and I'll show the brochure and some other stuff like that, and we'll talk about these rare 6139s and what good truly looks like. Okay, let's break. Okay, yes, the 6139 6002 silver dial. And this is it. And again, the point, the thing is for me, is not just to sort of show this off, but to really talk about what good looks like. Because a lot of people, especially for a watch this rare, they don't know what they're looking at, and maybe because they don't have, a lot of people don't have the opportunity to see one of these in the flesh and know what it's like. The best, oops, hang on a second. Hang on, sorry about that. The best way to look at it, I guess, is to compare it side by side with the true Pogue, because they are very, very similar. Except for the bracelets. This is the Australasian bracelet, which is solid stainless steel. It's made by Stellux. This is the standard North American H-Link. But beyond that, and the color of the components, it's the same. So you can see they've got, they've got the same dial text and everything. This, though, being that it's not North American, it has a little bit of the difference in the dial text. It says chronograph automatic. This just says automatic. This says 17 joule and has the SUA. This just says the SUA symbol. There's no 17 joule. But beyond that, they're minor differences. Minor differences. Gosh, you can see it. Just how beautiful is that? As I said in an earlier video, one of the things that makes for the value of a Seiko, a vintage Seiko like this, are the little things. The things that are hard to get all together, the things that cannot be replaced. So, you not only have perfect dial surface and an unfaded indicator ring, which are both great things, but the lume is perfect. It is perfect. White, unblemished, undamaged, perfect. There isn't a problem with it. There's no paint damage to the hands at all. Every single one of these things sort of adds up. They all add up. The case is original. It's got some wear, but the case lines are nice and sharp. It was definitely worn, but it was never like abused or anything else like that. Even the crown is nice and sharp. Even the crown ridges are nice and sharp. This is a great watch, an amazing survivor. Really just astonishing. And this is what good looks like. And so I know it's going to be tough because not a lot of people see these. A lot of people really want them, but it's hard to get. So when you have a combination like this of model and then sub-variant and then condition, originality, you get something that just flies away. And I put this up on Instagram yesterday, and I had people hammering on my door in minutes. And it sold in minutes. It was gone pretty quickly. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful watch, but I know me, I won't wear it. So I'll just keep it. I'm sorry, I'll just keep the ones that I like and everything else like that. So I myself, for some reason, I don't know, I'm atypical. I prefer the blue dials, and this is one that is going to be another one of my self projects, my own nighttime projects. I'll work on this one. This is the same model. It's the 70 meter resist chronograph automatic 6002, and you can see the looms in the same basic condition. I don't know, there's something about the red, white, and blue that I like. I don't think it's my nationality. I just think I like primary colors. Anyway, so that should be a lot of fun. It's just amazing. You get not just condition, but the variants can add so much to how much these watches are worth. In terms of being a timekeeper, this watch, were I to go and service this watch, it would be simply as good as this because it's the same exact movement. But these are amazingly affordable. I don't think I've ever seen anyone wear one of these, which is too bad because they're pretty in their own right. Isn't that neat? Anyway, so this 6139 6002 is going to be flying away. Anyway, I thought that'd be cool. So that's really about it. So since I've got it here, let's look at the trio. It's always nice to put the three together. This is my Oh, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Where is it? Where did I put it? Where is it? Aha! There we go. That's the stuff. There's your trio. Proof, resist, no text. So there you see in one shot the major variables for the 6139 6000 X's. Of course, it'd be nicer if this was also a 6002, so it would have been instead of a 6005. But you get the idea. Lots of prettiness, huh? Okay, that's really about it. Just sort of blathering on about these cool silver dials. I long thought the days of finding these were over, but one more came my way, and there it is. Okay, thank you so much.